From News Chopper 11, hovering just outside the Crab Nebula, it's nerd news from Asteroid G. You're listening to Not So Live from Asteroid G. I'm Mike Finkelstein from the Political Desk. Joining me, as always, is...
Josh Schaefer.
That's it?
And
Yes.
President-elect Queen Bee.
So, we are doing nerd news today, and I think we don't have any bigger thing to report at this point than Joe Biden is going to be the next...
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule is going to be the next Wow. A come from behind victory like none other. Ja Rule has to know.
I wasn't even aware he was on the ballot. That's amazing.
That is a write-in campaign, let me tell you. No. Joe Biden is going to be the next president of the United States.
And Kamala Harris is the first Black Vice President of the United States. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Mm-hmm. And Asian.
And Asian.
And and Asian.
She covers a lot of bases right there. And honestly, as far as either of the top positions are concerned, first woman. So there's a lot of firsts there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we feel about this?
Well, I'm glad that fascism didn't take root.
I think we're still walking a fine line on that one.
It's not as fine as it was before, though. It's a little coarser.
It's I don't know if it comes in grades, but coarse. Yeah, it's the thing is, like, yeah, we are not going to have a president at this point, come January, who's going to be encouraging fascism. We do, however, have a president currently in charge for at least the next 2 months who is going to actively be on a downward spiral. I mean, if the last 3 days is anything to indicate, this is going to be the biggest rage baby tantrum I think we have ever seen. Yeah,
I mean, I do think it's kind of a little bit poetic that he was playing golf when they announced it, though. And he might just do that. He might just chill out and be like, you know what? Screw it. Gonna play golf.
Oh, Josh, you think he's just gonna say screw it?
No, absolutely not. He's a narcissist. He's gonna set the ship on fire and sink it.
Yeah. I would be surprised if the White House is standing by January.
Well, I mean, if the Canadians couldn't burn it down in 1814 when they invaded us, I'm not sure Trump actually can physically do that. But he can do the metaphorical version of it.
Yeah, I have a feeling that in a month or so, he's going to at least give an appearance of trying to fight the election results.
Oh,
no!
yeah.
I really want him to try to stay in the White House past January 20th. I really want him to.
Oh, yeah.
Because I really want him to be carried out by U.S. Marshals and Homeland Security.
And dumped on the front steps.
Yes. I want that to happen. I want to see that. I would be there. I would pay tickets.
Here it is. Your moment of sex.
I would pay Hamilton cost tickets to go see that.
Oh, me too.
I would pay that.
It's the thing of, I mean, I can easily see him spending the next 2 months baby raging, trying to do everything he can and having to be physically ejected. I could also see him just being like, a month from now, suddenly just being like completely checked out, moving off to New York or Florida or whatever state he wants to call his home now. Because who the fuck knows? And then, just pretending he always wanted to not be president and that the election went exactly the way he wanted to. And this was his choice on the matter. And, the job was no fun anyway, and he's just going to golf now because that was what his real desire was. Like, I could see it going both ways.
Yeah.
But he has to have he has his narcissism makes him have to have the media attention. That's why he's throwing such a tantrum.
Oh, yeah. No.
Because
he can't lose.
He will never get another TV contract with any media source anywhere.
No, OAN. He'll go OAN.
OAN. NBC, honestly, still seems to be in his corner, and I don't know why.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But, he's not going to be getting the attention that he had before. I'd question. I don't know what is OAN.
One America Network. That's the Fox News for people that think Fox News is too liberal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They'll take them. Yeah, they'll take 'em.
It's Trump's new favorite thing because the Fox News network has decided to go against him. So he's been. It's just like QAnon conspiracy stuff.
I mean, most of the time, Fox News is pretty much just edutainment for the conservative right. But
Yeah.
occasionally, they decide to actually honor the news part of their news programs and do a little reporting on him that's not 100% fawning. So, on the flip side, OAN is 100% a mouthpiece for the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I kind of also think that he might pull a Nixon and come late this month or early December, he's going to just step down and have Pence just pardon him and everyone in his family.
the thing about it is though, far as I know, a pardon has to be written for specific crimes. And a pardon acknowledges those crimes happened, as well as the fact that it also waives any Fifth Amendment rights to defend yourself against them. So, if he did that...
Right.
Yeah.
But do you think we're really going to wait? We're not going to let that happen. If the Democrats are smart at all, they're going to wait until Biden takes office before they try to hook something on to Trump.
I don't think we're going to. I don't think the left is going to try and do anything that hooks
won't,
him.
but
no, we'll stay quiet on that. But
just remember that Nixon's pardon was a very ambiguous one. It was the full pardon for any crimes he may or may not have committed against the U.S. as president.
Would that really hold up in court? Something that ambiguous?
It held up for Richard Nixon.
I think there might be more challenges on that. At the same time, though, it doesn't prevent him from being prosecuted for any crimes he may have committed in New York, for example, because pardons are only federal level.
Yeah, so he's going to have a fun time.
He's going to have a grand old time. I saw some of the people I know online were discussing whether or not he was going to try and immediately go to the United Arab Emirates on a quote-unquote business trip and never get extradited.
Huh?
So,
I can see him doing that.
I don't know.
They might not like his lifestyle.
Yeah. I was like sitting there going, I'm not sure they're going to want to let the Russian assassins that are going to be after him into the country. He may be too much of a risk.
I kind of hope that, because I assume that Russia has stuff on Trump.
Yeah.
So there's something.
Yeah.
And I just kind of hope we get like a 1080p video of some sort or something.
The second he's unable to repay his debts anymore, I could see a lot of different dirt coming out.
And speaking of debts, Deutsche Bank has already said that they're going to pull his debts back or pay it for his debts. Yeah.
Nice. So,
and also they're not going to sell his debts, so that means that they can take assets if he doesn't have. I think it was like $300 million or something.
Interesting. I mean, he's going to get paid $400,000 a year for the rest of his life.
Oh, he's not going to give that up like he did the other salary?
I really doubt he's going to give it up the second he's out of office and doesn't have to do the PR for it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Is there any way to not pay him that? No. Does he lose it if he goes to jail?
He goes into his commissary.
I honestly don't know. I don't think there's anything. Because I don't think they expected a president to actually commit high crimes and misdemeanors. I'm not certain there's anything in the laws that, I mean, that's something for a constitutional lawyer or something, but that actually prevents his salary or says it doesn't just move on to his family or something else. I mean, they're going to get Secret Service protection for the rest of their lives too. So
and I don't think he'd actually go to federal prison. He'd just go under house arrest somewhere.
I don't want that. If he's gonna get convicted for a crime, I want to see it actually be prison. Because because you hate seeing the rich people wiggle their way out of prison terms that everyone else actually has to serve.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I want him so much to pay for his crimes, but I would pay high money to just see him thrown out on the front step.
That feels like in some ways payment enough for certain things he's done.
For certain things, certain
things, yeah. Oh my god.
I feel bad for Melania, and I feel bad for Barron.
I don't feel that bad for anyone with the Trump name.
Well, Melania only married him for his money anyway, and she only had a child with him so she could get money after they got divorced. So, um,
Yeah, but she
I,
didn't
I
have to buy whole hog into being another racist dog whistle neo-Nazi loving person while she was in. She spent 3 years barely doing anything, and then like this last campaign season, she has been all in. She didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think they're going to be married much after
No,
he's out
No.
of office. No,
No.
I think there will be a divorce in the near future.
in the offing, that is for sure. Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, but congrats to the Democrats. Now we just have to try
Yes.
and like secure the Senate and not fuck that up.
well,
Yeah.
it looks like it's going to be a 50-50 split
Maybe.
with the Senate,
Maybe.
and it looks like we're going to retain the House.
Yeah, retaining the House is more than likely because, like, we had enough of a margin that even with some losses this election, it's okay. The problem is that the House is down to, I think, or the Senate is down to 2 runoffs in Georgia. And yes, Georgia went blue-ish this time, but that's still not a guarantee it's going to do it for the Senate races.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they are in a runoff right now kind of indicates that it's still iffy. But yeah, we need those races to go right if we want to see the Democrats actually accomplish anything without having to like wheel and deal with Mitch McConnell, who really just doesn't want to do anything. So
Right.
yeah,
And he won't. If
won't.
they get the Senate, we'll be locked for another 4 years.
yeah, everything will be done by presidential fiat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they can't hold us back now. The reason Obama didn't do that is because he got so much shit from the Republicans.
mm-hmm.
But after what Trump has done, everything's called off. All bets are off. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think if nothing else, Trump has radicalized the left even more so than the right.
yeah,
Because the right
but
was already radicalized.
Biden's a centrist of sorts. I mean, he's a left-leaning centrist, but he's a centrist. And I there's a part of me that wonders if he's going to try and do what Obama did, which was let's reach across the aisles and not try and shake things up, but let's try and unite the country, which I don't think is possible. I just don't.
I think there will be some of that, but I'm interested to see what he does for like specifically for me. This is 100% selfish, but student loans.
Yeah.
Like, his wife has a doctorate in education, so I have some very big hopes coming out of that.
Yeah, executive office controls that, doesn't require Congress to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of forgiveness that can just be done by presidential fiat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a step in the right direction. It's not as left as I would like, but I mean, it's not jackboots and swastikas.
Yeah, I mean, anything like
happened.
that. Yeah. I mean, we are certainly in a position where the presidency itself can be healed.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's a good first step for this country. We just have to, over the next 4 years, be willing to take the other steps necessary for this country.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the harder part.
And maybe we can kill some of the bad blood between all the countries who don't want us to travel there now.
Oh, they've already started saying it's like, welcome back, U.S.
Yeah, I know. Trudeau, Johnson, Merkel, all of them were like tweeting it out. Hey, congratulations, Joe. And Kamala, good job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy that countries are like patting us on the back, going, "You did something. Good job.
Good job, little brother."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got rid of him at least for 4 years because he might try to come back in another 4.
I don't think he's going to. I think, honestly, if we see a Trump run for office, it's going to be one of his, like, Stepford sons. The thing is, I don't see his base rallying around her the way they'd rally around one of his sons. She's a woman. And that's really end of story. You're saying?
I think as long as they have the Trump name, it's fine.
Ivanka is the smartest of all of them, which isn't really saying much.
No.
And she's really not that smart. But she's the smartest of all of them, and she's the most, like, media savvy of all of them. But I don't foresee them, like, being able to rally around a woman, even with the Trump name. the way they do like any of the men in the family. Like, I think a lot of them might, but I don't think even a blonde, blue-eyed girl like her is going to have the same clout with like the super far right that either of the idiot sons would have.
Well, also she's a practicing Jew, so
yeah, but
that
no one
wouldn't
whatever.
work for the Christian left or the Christian right. So
Trump considers himself a practicing Catholic, and we all know that's a lie. They all know that's a lie. That the religion isn't the fact. It's whether or not they'll uphold the Republican values, quote unquote, which are really anti-abortion, anti-gay. That's all they care about.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Second Amendment people.
Yeah.
Which I never understood, because I know just as many left people who have guns and right. So
Biden has a ton of guns. So
right?
that doesn't like he's gonna take away our guns, and he's like, motherfucker, I stand on my front step with a shotgun, okay?
Yeah, I don't understand that, why they keep saying they're gonna take away our guns. Obama didn't take away our guns. Not that I have any. I have swords, but
yeah.
I mean, Trump actually had more gun legislation than any other president. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, there was something that Trump had said that they're going to take away other things. It wasn't just guns. It was, they're going to, Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker said they're going to make you drink Starbucks every day. It's like, what? Like, where are you getting this? You can't force people to drink overpriced coffee. I'm really confused about what you think a president can do.
Right.
So they're going to force you to drink Starbucks coffee. They're going to make you eat pumpkin spice muffins. Like,
I'm out. I'm moving to Canada. No,
they're gonna.
That was a line too far right there.
I mean, some of the outrageous things that they said that Democrats are going to have you do. All Democrats want to do is to make sure that the middle class isn't paying the brunt of all the taxes in the country.
Yeah, that the lower class, economic lower class, is raised up so that they have a chance of being part of the middle class. That the middle class is not shat on, and yes, that comes at the expense of the upper 1% not making quite as much money as everyone else. But, like, that doesn't affect everyone in the country the way 50% of the country seems to think it is. They're going to raise our taxes. You fuckers aren't going to be paying it. You make $12,000 a year. You're never going to see this tax cut.
I mean, it would. If anything, it's going to improve the people who make 12 grand.
Exactly.
It's going to improve your outcome. It's going to improve my outcome. It's going to make maybe slightly Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates pay a little bit more in taxes.
And you know what? I've been talking with some people that consider themselves liberals, and they're like, well, we need to just tax more. I'm going, what we need to do is take some of the fucking money away from the people who have way too much of it. Jeff Bezos could lose 90% of his assets and still have $1 billion. Which, even by his own accord, $1 billion is more money than he could ever conceivably spend on himself. Yeah. So, like...
But he's not spending it on anything else.
No, he's not spending it on anything. He's just accumulating it. Like, sometimes I sit there going, communism as it was pitched by people in the past doesn't make sense, but at the same time, maybe take 90% of Jeff Bezos' assets and everyone else who lives in this country and this world who has that much fucking money and give it to everyone else equally, because the rest of us could use a little of that, and you don't fucking need $180 billion, dude.
No.
Exactly.
Like, for Christ's sakes.
I mean... Amazon has an opportunity just because of all that. Jeff Bezos has an opportunity to go build homeless shelters in every single county and every single state.
Yeah.
And he can do it without even making a dent in his income level.
Yeah, like, he could literally pay everyone in the entire country $50,000 to live. And I don't even think it would, like, affect him.
Right.
Yeah. So
there are ways, Republicans, if there is a Republican listening to this podcast, there are other ways than taking your guns and affecting your taxes, Mr. Farmer who lives in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
The Democrats don't want to touch you. They really don't.
We don't care about what you have. We just want to give you more.
Exactly. Socialism is not a bad word. Socialism means that you take care of the ones who are struggling. That's what that means.
That's it. That's
you take care of the people who are struggling. If you aren't struggling, it doesn't affect you.
Yup. So,
unfortunately, they don't give a shit about anyone but themselves.
No, they don't. There was honestly studies about that, which is that there's a difference in basic personalities between the two sides of the country, and it's whether you think it's whether or not you would let one person someone's property burn to save the person, or let one person die to save someone else. And the way you compared the scenarios and everything else indicated that there's, I don't want to say a selfish core to their beliefs, but it's they don't view the value of certain things the way the other side does, so that when the two of them are trying to even just compare basic notes, they can't even understand each other, because they're approaching it from completely different directions.
It's not irony that the KKK neo-Nazis at all support the right and not the left.
Mm-hmm. It's a self-centered attitude, basically, that says that what I'm thinking is what matters, and I don't need to worry about someone else because they're supposed to lift themselves up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
can't always
here's words for America. You're not entitled to anything.
That's not true. That's not true.
It is true, Josh. Sorry, you're not entitled to anything.
I'm entitled to everything.
As an American citizen, you're entitled to one thing: a vote. Whether or not you use it. Ugh.
That's what they need to do. The Democrats need to go in, make. And this is just my perfect first month of a Biden presidency. Anyway, is election day's a federal holiday.
Yes.
Mandatory voting.
Yes.
Undo gerrymandering. Make it third party.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we need constitutional amendments on all of those things. Perfectly honest, none of that will fly with McConnell.
I really hope that Buttigieg is made secretary, and the reason for that is because he will actually help get all that started.
Secretary of something specific, or just secretary outside of Biden's office?
I think Secretary of State.
Mr. President.
Yeah.
No. I think Secretary of State. I think he would be a great Secretary of State.
That's foreign. Yeah. That's foreign affairs.
Yes, but he can also instigate other things those things.
Okay.
Well, isn't there another secretary? What's the other secretary who does state things?
Interior.
Yes.
Interior.
Okay.
Well,
Secretary of the Interior.
Just make him secretary.
Just make him do something that's actually going to get stuff done.
Yeah. There's that. Yeah.
Is Elizabeth Warren still a senator?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if everybody who basically stood aside to let Biden be president gets to be offered a cabinet position.
They're all owed favors at the very minimum.
Right?
Yeah.
Biden and Warren get to cash in all the chips they've ever earned now. Okay, so on to other news, because, that was 20 minutes of us just politically bitching.
We voted. We're allowed.
It's been 4 years. We are entitled to a little bit of a kvetch session, okay? Wow.
Although, last thing about that, I am digging all these pictures of the pro-Biden rallies that are happening that look very familiar to 1940s France liberation.
I know, right?
Just want to throw that out there. I don't know I don't know why it would be similar and why those
I don't know.
I really hope there's a rally right outside the White House right now saying lock him up.
He can't see it over the wall he built.
Doesn't matter, he can hear it.
He's not off the golf course.
In other news, there were some other actual geeky news topics that I guess we should probably talk about. For instance, although I don't think anyone here and anyone listening to the podcast and anyone at all used it, what was it, that Quibi streaming service that was mini mobile size little things?
I forgot about Quibi.
Did that tank?
Oh god, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, okay, to the company's credit, the whole idea when it was pitched over the last couple years made a certain amount of sense. entertainment specifically designed for people on the go that they would watch on their mobile phone that were short little bites they could take, and then when they got to their destination, put the phone away, do their job, get their entertainment again when they're on the move. Makes perfect sense. But then they launched right as the coronavirus struck and no one was going anywhere. And suddenly long-form entertainment on big screens became the norm, and no one gave two shits about Quibi. So, yeah, no, they announced last month that the company was folding. They couldn't even find a buyer for their company to, like, even just take over the entertainment they owned, and they're just gonna get liquidated and go away. So, sing a sad song for Quibi, one of the many streaming services no one cared about.
Right.
Now, if only we could get rid of shit like Apple Streaming and Peacock Network and all that other crap.
No. Everything else just seems like small news.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I know. Well, but we gotta lighten up the mood a little after all the heavy shit we just dealt with for 4 years.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the coronavirus still rampaging. Yay! There's a
And
light.
numbers growing. And the numbers are growing.
Yeah, here in Indiana, the governor's like, "What? Masks are working. We don't have to worry about anything, even as our numbers go up."
Yeah, I went to Target yesterday, and they have a lady, or it's not always a lady, but yesterday it was a lady.
Yeah.
Who's handing masks out to people who don't have them. And this lady walks in without a mask, and the lady behind the mask thing goes, "You need a mask?" And the other lady goes, "No, I don't," and just kept walking, and nothing happened. I fucking hate this country sometimes.
Why do people have to suck so bad?
Right? Like, I have asthma and, like, horrible allergies, and I can put a fucking mask on and breathe just fine walking my fat ass around Target for an hour and a half. Like, chill the fuck out.
So, but because of that, certain entertainment is still not coming out that was supposed to come out anywhere in the last 6 months.
Nope.
James Bond has been delayed to next year. Wonder Woman has been delayed to next year. Batman's been delayed to 2022.
And that Christopher Nolan movie, isn't that coming out December?
Tenet?
Yeah.
Yeah, after its short failed run in theaters, even though, its production company was like, "It was a success, really, guys?" Yeah, it's going to come to home streaming like it probably should have all along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about Sean Connery dying?
Yeah, I mean, for a certain segment of movie-watching people, Sean Connery matters. If you like the Highlander movies or his run of the James Bond movies and ignore the fact that he was a vocal white
Complete
beater.
ass? Yes, well.
Yeah. So, pour one out for him if you care. For the rest of us, oh darn. I mean, I think that kind of summarizes it. Now, on the topic of Batman, which is way more entertaining than Sean Connery, have you guys watched the new teaser, trailer, whatever, for the movie that's not going to come out until 2022?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Go ahead.
Right. So go ahead and watch it. It feels like if Christopher Nolan directed Batman Year One, which, oh wait, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you go and watch it, and basically, aside from putting sparkly vampire guy in there as the new Batman, which, honestly, I don't think he does a bad job at the performance, the movie seems deeply indebted to the Christopher Nolan verse. I didn't see, aside from, I think they're going to make it the Riddler as the villain, I really didn't see anything in there that felt fresh or new.
I mean, that's kind of how Batman's been for the past 30 years, I feel.
Well, okay, so Tim Burton did his thing, and really fucked things up, but at least did it in a very Tim Burton-y way. And then Joel Schumacher came in and somehow managed to top Tim Burton for fucking up Batman. The Christopher Nolan movies, at least, were decent. I liked the first two, personally, and I felt they had a specific vision that the auteur tends to use. But unfortunately, that's become the vision for the DC universe.
I just wish it wasn't so dark all the time. I'm real sick of the same, like, just gritty Batman movie. Yeah, it's...
Did you see Shazam or Aquaman?
No.
Okay, well, you should, because they're at least not grimdark.
That's something. And I have no intention of watching Aquaman, but I do want to watch Shazam. And I know
Aquaman was fun, dude.
I know it's on Habo, but
Aquaman was a lot of fun, dude.
You know what else is a lot of fun? not watching stuff with Amber Heard in it.
Okay.
Yeah. He looks angry and broody.
I don't understand your hate, brother, for Amber Heard.
You didn't hear what happened with Johnny Depp thing?
Yeah, Johnny Depp's career is probably not going to tank because of Amber Heard.
Well, yeah, but except for the fact that they just had that case happen and it ruled against him.
Yeah. The whole thing's kind of messed up. And in my personal belief, like, I think they're both probably shitty people, but...
Well, there's Hollywood stars, so more than likely.
Yeah.
But I mean, anyway.
And I also don't like Harry Potter, so, like, the Fantastic Beasts thing isn't...
Well, yeah, I don't. I had no interest in those movies, especially because J.K. Rowling is a complete piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. And what kills me about that, too, is that, like, every... LGBTQ person I know holds Harry Potter to be like this gold standard of inclusion.
Yeah.
And up until recently, and there's a lot of people that are having like these weird identity crises because of it.
Yeah, they're going to have to reevaluate how they feel about those books.
Yeah. And it's sad.
Although Huh?
We need something else. Like, what is Tom Hanks doing right now? Because all these people are so shitty right now. And we really need some good people in the world. So let's go see what Tom Hanks is doing. Proceed.
I mean, hey now. I mean, Keanu Reeves is an awesome person, and he had a movie out, Bill and Ted, the third one, and that was fantastic. And apparently he's being courted to star in the MCU. I mean, Keanu's a good person. We can latch on to him now.
Keanu Reeves is good. I will accept that as a person who is decent in the world. Timothy Olyphant, The Mandalorian is back, so that's some news.
We got ourselves some Oliphant.
We did. I love Timothy Olyphant, and they are talking about giving him an offshoot Star Wars thingy based on his character.
I mean,
I hope it's like Justified.
Yes. I hope it's just Star Wars Justified.
That'd be amazing.
I would watch the shit out of that.
I love that first episode of the new season when they just defied expectations because he starts to reach for his gun and draw down. You're something like, "Holy shit! Did we just get an episode of Justified?" Like,
is Walton Goggins going to be in there too?
I know, right?
Let him play a transgendered transvestite because he was amazing in Anarchy as a transvestite. Yeah.
I mean,
Walton Goggins just going fire in the hole. It's like,
yeah, that would be amazing. Let's write that. That'll be amazing.
I mean, you just have him play one of those weirdly animated puppet things, and it's just the thing comes shambling out, and then it has his like Kentucky accent, and you're something like, "Where did you come from?" He's like, "I'm just in back cooking like space meth."
Space meth. What would space meth be called? It can't be called space meth.
It's just spice, isn't it? Isn't
I don't know.
what,
I mean, if you watch the second episode, the Mandalorian says he doesn't understand how to speak frog to an amphibian-type creature. So clearly things like frogs and, meth and so forth, those are just universal terms now, okay?
Okay. Understood.
No, I would totally watch a Timothy Olyphant Star Wars series.
Yeah.
I would too.
But Walton Goggins has to be a part of it. I will make a GoFundMe for this.
He is on CBS right now on unless it's been canceled, The Unicorn.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one.
I don't know. It was a sitcom that I saw show up in Netflix, and I watched a couple episodes. It was okay. I mean, he's good in it, but it was okay.
Yeah, I saw him. He's in what show is that? He's in that new Danny McBride movie or TV show on HBO. The Gemstones.
Oh, okay.
Which is actually very good.
I thought you were gonna say he was in the next Karate Kid.
I wish.
He was in the next Karate Kid.
Oh, he was, wasn't he?
He was one of the stupid thugs in the background, basically.
I completely forgot about that.
One of his first roles. I think we touched upon it the last time, but you've blanked it out because no one wants to remember the next Karate Kid.
No, I forgot it was a movie. I was like, it's called Cobra Kai, Mike.
Now, he is a TV and movie actor. What they should do is they should be like, we got to bring some people back in from the next Karate Kid. Our first hire, Walton Goggins. Not anyone else. Not Walton Goggins. he would add such a weird energy to the next Karate Kid. I think it would become all about him.
Oh, it would have to be.
Yeah,
And I would
yeah.
watch the shit out of it regardless.
I really would.
There's just something about him that, like, I just want to watch him act. Like, it
Yeah.
just his mannerisms and
Weird.
facial expressions. Like,
He's got this weird casual charm to him.
yeah.
While still looking like this guy that was like accidentally birthed out of he's so strange looking, you know?
He kind of has he doesn't look like
Human?
No, he looks human. Jesus.
You're thinking of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Boondock Saints. Who was in Boondock Saints?
Oh, Willem Dafoe.
Yes, William
Yes.
Dafoe.
He has.
He and William Dafoe have that same kind of facial
Can
setup.
Can we have a redneck hobgoblin? Because if we could, that would be Walton Goggins.
I would still watch it though.
Why are you not in casting, Mike? I'm just saying. We should definitely be in casting somewhere.
That's because Tom Cruise and Walton Goggins would be in every movie.
Tom Cruise, Walton Goggins, and
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, yeah, with special cameo appearances by Idris Elba when he can fit us in for his time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's I'd watch any movie with those four in it. So there you go.
I would too. Oh my god. Oh shit. All right, I think we've run out of news, though. I think we're just randomly talking about pop culture now.
That's what the podcast is about.
True. All right, well, in that case, do we want to go around the table one more time about the celebrating President-elect Joe Biden, assuming it happens?
Yeah, like a moment of Zen thing or something.
Yes. Let's all appreciate this and the happy thought that the current president of the United States could be physically ejected from the White House.
Mhm.
And with that, this has been Nerd News from Asteroid G. I'm Mike Finkelstein.
I'm Josh Schaefer.
I'm President-elect Queen Bee.
And we will see you next time.